So, hello everyone. My name is Michelle Tran-Marins. I am the founder and CEO of WeSparkle. We help small businesses save time and increase their sales via our suite of AI-powered software tools. And the reason why we're so passionate about helping small businesses is because they make up over 90% of all businesses in the US. One second, there we go. And of those small businesses, 73% of US businesses are actually solopreneurs, so sole proprietors. So they're trying to do a lot with very little time, wearing many different hats to run and operate their business. Prior to starting WeSparkle, I helped hundreds of solopreneurs and small businesses at Meta, which was named by the US Department of Commerce as the top minority business development agency in the country for 4 years in a row. And that is how I met a solopreneur named Sabrina. So when I met Sabrina, who is the owner of SJC Body Love, she was wasting about 68% of her time just on repetitive administrative tasks. So things like scheduling client appointments and answering frequently asked questions. And that was all part of her business. She meets with clients one-on-one to help them build a self-care routine. She also teaches classes on how to make all natural body products. And then she actually sells her all natural body products as well. Sabrina had a dream of turning this 5 to 9 side hustle that she had into her 9 to 5 full-time job. And Sabrina's not alone. There are 44 million solopreneurs in the US and 99 million globally. And this number is on the rise, especially with the Great Resignation. In fact, last year, there was a record-breaking 5.4 million new solopreneurs who started businesses in the last year in the US alone. That's why WeSparkle created our solution to help more solopreneurs like Sabrina. The first part of our suite is this tool that you're seeing right now, where it's a Sparkle site where she can display all of her all natural body products and people can purchase them. It uses contactless payment. People can pay online and then schedule a pickup or a delivery of her items. It also allows her to show freebies of her work and other information. This is the Sparkle Scheduler. This allows customers to schedule time with Sabrina. So classes, workshops that she has, one-on-one sessions, and they can be paid, unpaid, or accepting voluntary contributions. Lastly in our suite is the Sparkle Assistant. This is a digital assistant or a conversational AI assistant that text messages with Sabrina's customers to answer questions like, where are you located, which is what you're seeing here. It can also be displayed over Facebook Messengers, the business's Facebook page, as well as on the business's website. We have a software as a service business model in which we charge monthly or annual subscriptions to use our software tools. We do have the Sparkle site, which is a free forever. So this allows you to share all of your links and your content. It allows you to sell your products and services. The scheduler is the calendar where you can have unlimited number of appointments, classes, workshops, events that you either want to sell or have people schedule at no cost. It also encourages reviews. So after an appointment is over, the system will automatically message that person to ask for a rating review, which is great for the business and helping them to get testimonials and spread the word of mouth about their business. And then lastly, the assistant starts at $49 a month. This is the assistant that runs over text message, the business Facebook page, or on the business's website as a chat widget. You can customize the FAQs that it answers. It automatically upsells your products and services during the booking process. And that tier also includes everything from the previous tiers. We also have enterprise level clients because I worked at Meta, which is an economic development organization. I know of a lot of other economic development organizations that we've partnered with and who have contracted our software tools to provide to the small business owners in their network. And so we're really proud to be working with these enterprise level clients to provide our tools and our software to small business owners that are in their networks. But the best part of all is that we really love seeing the great feedback that we've received from our sparklers. So our subscribers report saving between 1 to 5 hours a week in time. And as you know, time is money. And then Andrea here, she is an EOS or Entrepreneurial Operating System coach, a business coach. The very first week that she puts the Sparkle site link in her email signature, she had 4 new customers book with her. And then finally, Sabrina, we're really proud to say that she has successfully turned her 5 to 9 side hustle into her now 9 to 5 full-time job. So thank you so much for letting us be a part of the 1 Million Cups community and to share more about what we're building. We ask you to check us out at wesparkle.co, create your own free forever Sparkle site and check out our other opportunities for small business owners. And thank you so much for letting your light shine and helping others to shine so that together we sparkle.
Round of applause. That was fantastic, Michelle. Thank you so much. What questions do we have for Michelle today?
Well, little did you know, but you have a couple economic developers in this group here. So when you mentioned that, I was very intrigued. Erin and I work for the local economic development group in the Iowa City area. So I'm kind of curious to hear more about how you've worked with them to offer that to their businesses. We also operate a co-working space, so I have a lot of entrepreneurs in our space. So I'd love to learn more about that.
Yeah. So we've had different types of partnerships. Some economic development organizations will just purchase the subscriptions, and then we give them a code for the people in their network, and then they're able to start their own accounts. And it's paid for by the economic development organization. We've also partnered with some of them to offer a discount for their members. And so I think it's really, when we think about economic development, I know when I first started learning about entrepreneurship, I heard this Lao Tzu quote about how if you feed a person a fish, if you give a person a fish, you feed them for a day. If you teach a person to fish, you feed them for a lifetime. I think we really provide that fishing pool. So being able to apply what they're learning and the classes, the workshops that economic development organizations offer, apply it immediately by using these software tools in order to actually start selling their products and services.
Thank you.
How did you come up with your pricing structure?
Yeah, so I did a lot of research, interviewing, observing our customers. I'm a human-centered designer, so that's really important to me. And having worked at Meta for a long time, I started to hear the same challenges and pain points. And I also know that, we really target early stage businesses, and they might not have the funds to, buy a domain, spin up a website, or even kind of the tech savviness. I used to build websites for small businesses before starting WeSparkle, and just even updating and maintaining, even using an easy website builder like Squarespace or Wix or WordPress was difficult sometimes, even finding just high resolution photos and keeping it updated. So I wanted something that was very simple, easy to use and accessible, but also affordable. And so I did a lot of surveys, asking people, what do you think is affordable for you, given all of the features that we have and that we offer. And that's how we came up with our pricing model.
Wonderful, thank you. Are there any other questions for Michelle this morning? I know the mothership is. Jay, do you want to unmute? I know you guys have always got good questions.
Yeah, I have a question. I think this is a fantastic idea. It's a nice way to bundle all of this stuff, because I know all of these different things exist by themselves in different places. And like you were saying, a lot of small business owners just, I've worked with them as a web developer. They're not tech savvy, and they wouldn't know to bundle these things together. I'm wondering how your marketing is going with this. How are you bringing customers in? How are you spreading the word about this?
Yeah, so a lot of our growth has been through word of mouth so far. So a lot of our early customers were small business owners that I worked with at NIDA and some of the other economic development organizations here in Minnesota. And they've kind of then told others. And because I've been a technologist for a while, a lot of developers and graphic designers that I know who work with other small businesses have recommended it to their clients. So a lot of it has been organic. We also do a lot of content marketing. We try to post as much as we can on social media, just tips, things that small business owners might need. So Melissa actually, who's on the Zoom, is our head of community, and she does a lot of that posting on social media. She also does a lot of reaching out to community partners. She is a small business owner herself, having been a doula, a childbirth educator, a fitness instructor, and a yoga instructor. And so I think a lot of it has been very organic so far, but something that we want to try, I think, in the future later on this year is actually trying out paid ads and seeing if that's a way to be able to gain more customers. But so far it's been a lot of partnerships, word of mouth, and content marketing.
Nice. That kind of segues into my next question. And this is one of my usual questions. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see WeSparkle in the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, so we want to continue growing. I think one of our inspirations is a company called Canva that some of you might be familiar with. They really are about democratizing design. We really want to democratize being able to start a business. So I'm really passionate about this because my own mom was a small business owner, and she had a really successful fabric business back in Vietnam. But when my parents immigrated to the US, they were part of the first wave of refugees that came over in 1975 after the war ended. And we ended up in Kansas, and there weren't a lot of resources at that time for people like my mom. And so she didn't end up continuing her business here in the US. And I sort of always wondered what she could have accomplished if she had, because I get my entrepreneurial spirit from her. And so that's why my whole career has been revolving around issues of economic empowerment. How can we help make sure that more people are able to bring value to the community through their skills and talents and be able to sustain their livelihood, their families, create jobs in our community for more people. And so that's why I'm really passionate about it, and really wanted to combine my tech background with this passion for helping small business owners. So we want to continue growing and getting these tools in the hands of as many people as we can. And we've actually, I'm pretty excited. We just launched a partnership with an organization that helps small business owners in Central and South America. So we're going to be offering it in Spanish, which is really exciting, and working with the governments in 10 different countries and across Central and South America to get these tools in the hands of entrepreneurs down there. So, future, 5 years from now, we would love to see people not only here in the US using our tools, but even around the world, and people being able to book services. Let's say you're going down to Mexico and on a vacation or a trip, hopefully post-COVID when things are safer and everything to travel again. Wouldn't it be great if you could just text to book maybe a cooking class while you're down there, and you do it in English, the entrepreneur sees it in Spanish, but you're still able to make the transaction happen because the tools that we have.
Very cool, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I had a question too. So your pricing structure, does that, if somebody was to sign on now, is that like a locked price for them for life, or as things change in the world and cost, will that change as well?
So we are committed to offering the Sparkle site for free forever. The other tiers, we're still trying to think through, that could change depending on what we offer. It'll probably stay around this roughly the same range, but we're actually working on some new features or parts of our platform that we may offer later. And so those might be available at a different tier.
Fantastic. You might have coined my favorite phrase for the day, economic empowerment. So I love that. I love that. We have got a group of entrepreneurs in our area that I should say aspiring, possibly. They're not entrepreneurs yet, but they're aspiring. What is the opportunity for your website to be offered? So you're working in these other countries. We have a lot of different, and language barrier is one of the biggest barrier for these entrepreneurs to kind of break into the community and say, hey, I'm here, I've got this. What does it look like for you guys to offer other languages through this website?
Yeah, it's getting better and better. You know, there are things that help with translation, but we also think it's pretty important. It's still at this stage to have humans translating, because sometimes there are nuances with language that you know, Google Translate and things like that don't pick up on exactly. And so we work a lot with partners. So I forgot to mention my very first job as a technologist was at the US Department of State. So I was a foreign service officer and in charge of travel.state.gov. And so I'm really fortunate because I have a lot of people I know who speak multiple languages. And so we've been tapping them. We do kind of a first pass of the translation, but then we tap, you know, native speakers to actually be able to tell us, okay, that's not exactly the right phrasing to use for that language. And I'm excited too that I've been partnering with economic development organizations to do some workshops and really help people walk through how to set up their Sparkle site and how to use it for their business. And I'm doing one with the Seattle Public Library later this month, and it's actually going to be live translated in several languages, Vietnamese, Spanish, Somali, and a few others. So I can definitely share that with the community, and it's virtual, so anyone can join. And if they are, you know, Somali speaking, for example, they'll be able to hear and follow along with that workshop.
That is fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's free too. So if you know of any, you know, English language learners who want to participate, they're more than welcome.
Okay, that's great information. Where would I find that information? You want to shoot that or drop that in the chat?
Yeah, let me.
Or I can follow up with you an email after your presentation.
Yeah, I'll put my email in the chat, and then I'll send you the information for that, because I don't know if they've posted it quite yet, but okay. I will definitely get the information to you. It should be posted on the Seattle Public Library page soon. It is sort of geared toward creative entrepreneurs. So people creating art or music or in the creative economy. But a lot of what I'm going to be talking about is relevant to many types of entrepreneurs.
Wonderful. Thank you. Any other questions?
Saw that you participated in the TechStars program in Chicago. Is that correct? Can you talk a little bit about your experience with that and how it helped you kind of in your journey to creating this idea?
Yeah, so someone mentioned Y Combinator earlier. My brother went through Y Combinator. He's a serial entrepreneur, so he actually went through it for both of his companies that he started. And I helped him a lot with his first couple of companies, because he is an engineer, like a mechanical engineer. And so he's really into hardware. And I kind of helped him more on the marketing side of things with his business. And so that's how I found out about accelerator programs like Y Combinator and TechStars. I really loved TechStars because it's we didn't have to move to, you know, the Bay Area. We were able to stay here in the Midwest. Like I love the Midwest, and I really believe in this region and think it's often underestimated when it comes to people always thinking about the coast for tech, but there's a lot of talent and amazing people here in the Midwest. So I knew that I wanted to stay in the Midwest, and here in Minneapolis, we don't have any TechStars programs they're all sponsored by companies. So they're all kind of focused on certain verticals like like healthcare, you know, sponsored by United Health Group, Cargill sponsors a food one. And so we didn't squarely fit in one of those. And so Techstars Chicago was the closest one that is a general program. They accept all types of businesses. And we loved it. The program director, managing director there are amazing. They also really believe in human-centered design. And so, you know, we did a lot of work, you know, interviewing our target customers, really understanding what their pain points and challenges are, and building solutions that are easy for them to use. And the network is really amazing. We just finished the program in October, like mid to late October, with our demo day. And that's when we started fundraising. And it's my first raise, my first time founding a company. And I think it was really helpful having the Techstars network to reach out to, because we're now almost done, knock on wood, raising our first round of financing. So it's an incredible program, really great for, you know, geared more toward tech startups.
Awesome, thank you. We have one in Iowa now too. They've had two, I believe 2 cohorts. This will be their 3rd year. So also kind of a general program. So I love to hear your positive experience with that.
Any other questions? Going once, going twice. All right, I'll ask our final question. Michelle, what can we do as a community to help you?
So I'd love feedback. I put my email in the chat. If there's anything you think I can improve with the presentation and how I explain it, obviously go to wesparkle.co. You can scan this if you want to book time with me, see my Sparkle site, see what we're selling, what we're offering, and spread the word to others. Any small business owners that you know, especially sole proprietors, you know, because they're trying to juggle a lot of different things, and they're often trying to cobble together lots of different tools that, you know, then they have to remember different logins and they have to figure out how to integrate them, and it can start to become very snowball into a big mess. And so we want to get them started well, and set up for success. So if you know of others who are starting businesses or thinking about starting a side hustle, please point them to wesparkle.co. And partnerships. If you know anyone who would like to partner with us to help support more small business owners, we would love to partner with people. I'm happy to come to a workshop, show them how to set up their free Sparkle site, or offer a discount for small business owners, or work with organizations to make sure that they get those resources.
Awesome. We are actually hosting in Iowa City this year what's called EntreFest. So I might see if you're interested in maybe coming down. It's just a couple of days, June 9th and 10th. And I think that your audience is the attendees for this event. So I'll be in touch about that as well. Thank you so much for being here today. Big round of applause to Michelle. Wonderful presentation. I always love that. Now opening it up for community announcements. We start with the sponsorships, don't we? Paul, Katie, do you guys have anything?
Hi. Oh. Paul, you go. No, okay, I'll go. Okay, so my name's Katie Light. I work at the University of Iowa's John Papajohn Entrepreneurial Center. The only announcement I have is that tomorrow night from 4:30 to 7, I believe, we're having an innovation and inspiration speaker series at Merge. And basically, we're bringing in a speaker from the greater Chicago area. His name's John Slump. He's one of our alumni. He's a serial entrepreneur, big into med tech. So he's going to be coming to Merge and sharing his story. It's open to the public and it's free. So if you're around and in the Iowa City area, feel free to join us.
Awesome. Thank you. Paul, what do you got over there?
Yeah, Paul Heath, SBDC. I don't have anything this week, so next week.
Awesome. Stephanie, Liz, do you guys have anything that you would like to share?
We have Design Dash in April. So it's a startup event for high school students in a day. And so if you have any educators that would be interested, send them to us and that would be great. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
I don't think I have anything, Erin. So if you have anything.
I now have 3 offices available at Merge. So if you know anyone that needs office space in downtown Iowa City, please send them my way. I think I'm just going to open up for daily rentals. So come on down. There's lots of energy and lots of things happening. We just removed our mask mandate, which is super scary and weird. But so far, so good. So fingers crossed that it stays that way. Is anyone hiring or looking for work?
I'm
We
in the
actually,
Cricket.
process of getting charter buses, so I may be looking for drivers here soon.
Fantastic. All right.
we
Alfonso.
are
I'm sorry,
potentially interested in hiring, looking for a UX UI designer, user experience designer. And we're a remote first company. So even if they're in Iowa, that's totally fine. So we're finishing up our raise and are going to be hiring some people. So if you know of anyone, please send them our way.
That's awesome. And if you hire someone from Iowa, they can be a remote worker from Merge, our co-working space. So
Oh, awesome. I actually know an
Awesome.
organization that might be needing some co-working space, but I think I have your email, or I'll figure out a way to contact you about that.
I'll be in touch. I'll
Okay.
stick it in the chat as well.